Good morning. I'm speaking on behalf of all the faculty in engineering, so reporting on a bunch of different things that we were working on. And in particular, we focus on the 4 themes of PROPEL every summer, so articulation, technology, service learning, and sustainability. We also have one of our major conferences in the summer, 2 of our major conferences in the summer, so I'll report on some of what we did there. And the conclusion is, stay the course. So in articulation, we made contact with Joey Matthews and Maureen Szymanski from Pueblo Community College and Otero Community College, and really strengthened those relationships. Carl Mellon also met with us, so we had all the faculty in a meeting with all 3 of these people. So PCC is offering their Introduction to Engineering this semester for the first time, and we're working with them on trying to do some of the labs. OJC is going to be doing it in the spring. We really wanted to get them to ASEE, American Society for Engineering Education, is one of our primary conferences in the year. All the engineering faculty go. There's different divisions, including a community college division, so we were really hoping to get some of the community college people there. It didn't work out. Schedules just didn't work out. We thought we could get the person who was going to be teaching at OJC to do it, but it didn't work. We're considerably revising the transfer guide, have it in draft now. You probably all know at the statewide, Carl told us they don't want us to have other transfer plans running around, but we found in talking with Joey and Maureen that they both said there's considerable information we have that would be great to convey in a guide, and so we're working on doing that. We're also working on, Leonardo's leading on this, on a recruitment plan from the community colleges, not just PCC and OJC, but we think we can be doing a lot of that. We get a considerable number of students who started at the community colleges, and we want to encourage that. This is kind of interesting. I also take the summer to always look at our retention data. So the crucial column is that graduation rate, I think, and also I should mention, of course, we get a lot of graduates who don't show up on this. So this is of the students who took the Intro to Engineering, and you can see that in the total column, what % received a degree, and that's that grad rate. And you can see the increase in our enrollment, as well as I'm happy to report it looks like that graduation rate is going up. The last 3 numbers are of course incomplete because those cohorts are still going through, so they're very optimistic. If everybody who's still active does graduate, there's the really optimistic number in the last column. I'm not going to claim those numbers actually, but we do think it's going up considerably. So we've had an increase in enrollment. I was talking with Janet earlier, we had a bump going through that graduated this last spring also. But I think these numbers look really good. I'm pleased with these. And again, we've done some peer comparison. They look very good compared to peer institutions. There's Joey, I was just talking about you. They look good compared to peers. We did graduate the bump, so we have lots of graphs. This is our senior seminar course, so this is students who are in our senior seminar right now, and we went down this year, but this is that bump that went through. What I argue, and I think is plausible, is without the bump, we're still doing okay. And that shows up in our sophomore classes also. Our junior classes are more confusing. They're leveling courses for graduate students and other things go on there. The freshman numbers are pretty good. We didn't quite fill our sections this fall. We usually do. So the university's down considerably. We're down a little bit. Okay, then we do go to these summer conferences I mentioned. ASEE is a major conference for us. For engineering educators, that's the place to be. We've been very active in that. We participate in a lot of the different sections there. There are 3,000 people at this conference every year. Neb's been on the board of directors. I've been on the board of directors. I think all of us have been officers in various of the subsections of this. So ASEE is a big deal for us. This is where we really go. Now, some of these are not related to PROPEL activities, but Ding led on the last paper here, Ding led 3 of us on this one, incorporating sustainable engineering design principles into the senior design proposals. that was kind of the last bit that we were working on and getting it into our curriculum, was really getting into the senior projects, and I think we did a really good job on that. Ding found some nice theoretical frameworks for us to be using. She was teaching the senior seminar, and then I and Dr. Powdell were teaching the senior design courses, and we were able to carry that over into the spring. We also, there's lots of good sessions at ASEE, and these are just some of the ones that we did attend. Also in the summer, Dr. Bedoya, one of his major conferences is at IIE, and I mentioned some of these because some of these reflect the service learning that we're doing. We do a lot of work with local companies, and we involve our graduate students and our undergraduates. And so these are 3 papers Dr. Bedoya presented, all of them with students. IIE is the Institute of Industrial Engineers. Technology is another focus of PROPEL, and my theme for this talk is stay the course. I mean, we continue to expand the use of the ones that we've been doing. I'm a big fan now of Screencast-O-Matic. I'm using that all the time to make little videos for the students, and they love them. Pencast, you've heard me talk about this many times, the LiveScribe, which is the pen that can record what you're writing and what you're saying. We're all using it. We just got a new faculty member, so we had to buy him a pen. And I know Neb did a lot more of them for the students this summer, and all of us did. Some of us also attended various workshops on Blackboard, Google Documents, and Trello. I think I'm the one who started the use of that on this campus. I've been using it for about 3 years. Trello is this great website where you can create a board for a class. Boards have lists, lists have cards, and cards have comments. That is the entire structure for it, and you can do amazing things with that. So I always, for each board, for each class, set up 2 boards. One is list by list. I do day by day what we're doing in the class, and then the other board I do is by topic, and so they can find things in both places. It's a fantastic tool. I will brag also, when Blackboard was unavailable for, what was it, 38 hours, I was good to go, and Trello was working. And so it's a really good resource. Smartphone clickers, Neb's been doing that, right? It's you? No, who's been doing the smartphone clickers?
Jude.
Jude has it, okay, he's not here, thank you. Yeah, and I don't know much about this. This is software that you can use on your smartphone, and therefore turn your smartphone into a class clicker. And I think he got it as part of a package with the book. Does anybody know? Anyway, he's had great success with that. Obviously, he's going to be teaching the rest of us more about that. Service learning, we're continuing things that we do. It really, what I mean by stay the course, I'm going to talk more about this, is that we simply do this in everything we're doing right now. Leonardo has another possible project with PEDCO. We also, I'm really pleased to say, had 2 senior projects that were strongly related to sustainability. We do now require that every senior project, in addition to talking about lifelong learning, and in addition to talking about, there's another one they have to talk about, social impacts. They also have to have a paragraph at least on its relation to sustainability. And Neb wrote a great rubric for us on that. We've really incorporated that into our senior project. So every project has to talk about how it relates to sustainability. Based on what they learned in the senior seminar, what Ding had presented to them, they have lots to work with when they get to the senior project. But the 2 that were really interesting, Manitou Springs, as you know, had a big fire, and there was a great risk of floods there, and so they're seriously looking at their evacuation plan. And our team did a computer simulation for them that could also work, by the way, for the zombie invasion. It's just useful for that. And so that was very successful, obviously very sustainability related. And then also the County of Pueblo, just as our campus had a company come in and do all sorts of energy analysis for us a number of years ago. The County of Pueblo did that recently. And so our team, the county wanted to know, did they get the savings that they were supposed to be getting from that? So our students did a huge amount of data analysis for them. The first thing they did was a huge amount of data cleanup, which was a really good lesson for them. and concluded that yes, Pueblo did get a lot of the savings that they were supposed to get, but did not get them in other places. And so it was really kind of dramatic when the students were giving the presentation. We do it in the Lark Theater, and we have lots of people there. We always get the sponsors also, and there were some gasps from some of the people at the county. I mean, they knew what was coming, but it was still, you know, here's the final numbers. And they were talking about clawing back some money from the company because of what we had found. So that was really pretty cool. And I think some of these students, this is a powerful thing for them to have on their resume also. Sustainability in the curriculum, we hardly even think about this anymore because it's so much a part of what we're doing. Leonardo had led us, we started, you told me fall 2012 was when we introduced a module into the Introduction to Engineering, an introduction on sustainability, and now Leonardo teaches it, Ding teaches it, and I teach. We have 3 sections of that, and we all use that module. We all do quite a bit on sustainability in there. The latest bit was to nail down the senior projects, and that came out quite well. Leonardo's in the middle of updating the sustainability topics. We give numbers in there. We got to update some of the numbers, for example. The big one, though, and Dr. Yuan spent a lot of time on this in the summer, is that the sustainability minor is in place, and for the first time, you've already offered the, you've already offered the environmental course. Yeah, right. But we're offering for the first time the introduction to sustainability, and Ding is teaching that. It was supposed to be co-taught with Mark Pretarelli, but he's on sabbatical, so we're hoping in the future that we're assuming in the future we can involve him. So we also spent over the summer developed an assessment plan for that, a pilot survey which was administered in the first class meeting, so we're going to be looking at the results from that. Finally, we welcome a new faculty member who conveniently just walked in. Thank you, Abisa. Who's Abisa Wolega is PhD from the University of Oklahoma in 2015. Dissertation is related to energy, and he has other work behind that. He already has 2 publications on teaching, numerous awards. Dr. Powdell left the university, took a job at Metro State, so that was a loss to the department, but we're happy to welcome Dr. Wolega, and he's going to be teaching us more about energy. So if anybody in the other departments is looking for collaboration on renewable energy, we're all open to that, but Abisa really has a lot on that. One of the awards he won, I always have to mention, was for the best laugh, so go make him laugh. It's really good. Finally, to summarize this, these are the 4 emphasis areas from the PROPEL grant, but I gotta say, when I was asking for reports on the faculty on what to include with this, I was getting lots of things from them that weren't necessarily on the emphasis areas. I think this is so much a natural part of what we do that we kind of forget sometimes what's PROPEL and what's not PROPEL. So this is articulation with the community colleges. We're talking about just about any change in the curriculum. Somebody in the faculty is going to bring up, wait a minute, what does this do to the community colleges? Let's be careful about that. Technology, we're all doing it all the time now, and it's just part of how we think. The service learning also, we do a lot of projects with local companies. We're doing more and more of them all the time. Leonardo's really the great lead on this. And also sustainability. It is throughout our curriculum now. Just one last anecdote. In the introduction to industrial engineering the other day, we were talking about mission and vision statements. If you're an industrial engineer, you have to understand the organization you're working for. What's the mission of it? What are you trying to do? So we were talking about the importance of mission vision statements. We have a draft mission and vision statement for the department, but haven't been finalized yet. So I put that in front of the class. And I don't remember the exact words, but the mission one talked about we provide engineering education in southern Colorado to support economic development of the region, the state, the nation, and the world. And the students immediately said, what do you mean economic development? Why doesn't that say sustainability? Which was just a wonderful moment. And they were just almost berating me. You're the one who taught us this, what are you doing with that? And not related so much to PROPEL, but I think the faculty will like this also. Our vision statement says that we want to be the best undergraduate engineering education in the state of Colorado. And the students said to me, that's not a vision statement, you've got that already. Why don't you cross out Colorado? That was a pretty good challenge to us. Okay, do the faculty have anything to add? Okay, questions, comments? All perfectly clear.
Go through that.
Okay, thank you.
And then chemistry on board?
Yeah.